Very good morning to one and all. Today I am going to explain module number 3 or chapter number 3, data link layer. Lecture number 15. In this lecture we discuss about the data link layer design issues. Before going to this lecture or we start with the new module, we take a review of module number 2. Module number 2, we start with the physical layer and its service and system. So in last module we discuss about transmission media like coaxial cable, twisted pair cable, fiber optic, digital subscriber line, hybrid fiber coaxial cable, then telephone system, then WiMAX, cellular telephone system, as well as the bit transmission and multiplexing technology, frequency division multiplexing, time division multiplexing. Also, we discuss about the satellite telecommunication and its types in detail. This is all about in previous lecture. Today's lecture we discuss about the basically second most layer, the design principle for the second layer in our model, that is data link layer. This study deals with the algorithm for achieving reliable, efficient communication of whole units of information, that is called as a frame. So data will be measured in data link layer in the form of frame rather than the individual bits which is measured in physical layer between two adjacent machines. So whenever the data is transmitted from sender to receiver through conceptual like wires, coaxial cable, telephone lines or wireless channel. The essential property, the channel that makes the wire like is that the bits are delivered in exactly same order in which they are sent. So in this layer we discuss about how the data will be transmitted in sequential manner with error or without error. So let us begin with first data link layer design issues we are discuss here: network layer services, framing, error control and flow control. The data link layer use the services for the physical layer and send and receive bits over a communication channel. It has number of functions including providing a well-defined service interface to the network layer, that is the first issue, dealing with the transmission error in the form of error control and error flow, and regulating the flow of data so that the slow receiver are not swapped to the fast factor. To accompany these goals, data link layer takes the packets it gets from the network layer and encapsulate it into frame from the transmission. So algorithm which is used in data link layer for achieving reliable, efficient communication whole unit in the form of frame, that is opposite to the bits in physical layer between two machines. Two machines are separately communicated by communication channel that acts as conventionally wire, example telephone lines, coaxial cable or wireless channels. Essential property of channel that makes a wire-like connection is that the bits are delivered in exactly same order in which they are sent. So the most efficient property of wire, whenever the data will be sent over a wired media, it will be sent in sequential manner, it will be received in sequential manner. For ideal channel, which one channel? There is a no loss, there is a no distortion, unlimited bandwidth and no delay. The job of the data link layer would be travel. However, the limited bandwidth, distortion and delay makes job very difficult, which is actually in practically. This is a ideal state, but practically whenever transmitted data over a channel that is the limited bandwidth, the distortion will be occur and delay makes this very crucial part of the difficult to maintain this. Now, data link layer design issues. Physical layer delivers bits information and to and from the data link layer. Function of the data link layer already we explained. Providing a well-defined service interface to the network layer, dealing with the transmission errors, regulating flow data so that the receiver are not to swap the first sender. Data link layer takes the packet from the physical layer and encapsulate into frame. We can see the process actually process in block diagram with the help of figure in next slide. Each frame has frame header, field holding packet and frame teller. Frame management is what data link layer does. So we can see. So this packet will be received from the network layer and it is received by the data link layer. Then it added two tags, that is first one is header and second one is a trailer. The complete structure is called as a frame. Same frame is transferred over a channel to the receiver machine. Again, this frame is identified by header and trailer by the data link layer. So packet actually payload to the this. So what is the relation between packet and frame? That can be explained by this figure. Then services is provided to the network layer. Principle of service function of the data link layer is transfer of data from network layer to the source machine to the network layer on the destination machines. So that is the function. What is the function of data link layer? To provide the services to the higher layers, means in the terms of network layer. Process in network layer that hands some bits to the data link layer for the transmission. Job of the data link layer is transmit the bits to the destination machine, so can handle over a network. They are see in next slide. So this is a virtual path which will be defined for the network layer services, and this is the actual path which is to be followed. So whenever the data is come in the form of packet, that it will be transmitted in sequential manner to the destination machine. So this is host 1 and this is host 2. So what are the possible services offered by the data link layer? An acknowledgement connectionless service, acknowledgement connectionless service, acknowledgement connection oriented service. So three types of possible services which are offered by the data link layer. What is meant by an acknowledgement connectionless service? It consists of having source machine send independent frames to the destination machine without having the destination machine acknowledgement them. So there is a no feedback loop is present. Means the examples: an acknowledgement connectionless service, voice over IP, Ethernet. In all the communication channel where the real-time operation is more important than the quality of transmission, that time an acknowledgement connectionless service is implemented. So live match is an example of unacknowledgement connectionless service. This question will be asked in MCQ. Then unacknowledgement connectionless service. Acknowledgement connectionless service, each frame sent data link layer is acknowledgement and sender knows if specific frame has been received or lost. Typically the protocol is used specific time that it has passes without getting acknowledgement, it will be resent the frame. So this is to be remembered very carefully while dealing with the MCQ. This service is very useful communication when unreliable channel is being utilized. So example of unreliable channel, that is IEEE 802.11, that is wireless fidelity. Network layer does not know the frame size of the packet and another restriction of the data link layer. Hence it becomes necessary for the data link layer to have some mechanism to optimize the transmission. Then acknowledgement connection oriented service. Source and destination must establish the connection first. Each frame sent a numbered data link layer guaranteed that each frame sent indeed received. It guaranteed each frame received only once, that all the frames are received in correct order. The example of this type of acknowledgement connection oriented service is satellite channel communication. Long distance telephone communications are the examples of acknowledgement connection oriented service. So what are the three distinct phases which to be implemented acknowledgement connection oriented service? So first is a connection is established having both sides initialize the variables and counters needed to keep the track of which the frame has been received and the which one have not. Then another one or more frames are transmitted. Finally, the connection is released, filling up variables, buffers and resources. Other resources are used to maintain the connections. So this is the three phases which will be used acknowledgement and connection oriented service. This is the most suitable and most transparent service offered by the data link layer. Then framing. To provide the service to the network layer, data link layer must use the service provided to the by its physical layer. Stream of the data bits provided by the physical layer to the data link layer is not guaranteed without error. So errors could be occur if number of received bits does not match to number of transmitted bits. So what type of errors will be occur? First, the number of bits which transmitted will be not received exactly same. Some bits are deletion or insertion. The bit value may be changed. It is up to data link layer to correct the errors if necessary. So this is the framing concept will be used. Transmission of a data link layer start breaking up to bits into streams, into discrete frames. The computational of checksum for each frame is added. Include the checksum into frame before it transmitted. Receiver computes its checksums error for receiving the frame. If it is different from the checksum that being transmitted, will have deal with the error. Framing is more difficult. One could be thin thing. So framing concept is very difficult as compared to the bit. Then which type of methods will be implemented for the framings? So first one is a byte count, then flag count. Flag count, flag byte with the byte stuffing, flag bits with the bit stuffing, physical layer coding violation. These are the four framing methods which will be asked in a descriptive part as well as the your MCQ type. Then byte count framing method. It is use the field header to specify the number of bytes on the frame. So particularly one frame where the mention how many number of byte frame will be actually same. Once the header information is being received, it will be used to determine the end of the frame. So we can see in next slide the structure of the byte count framing method. Trouble with this algorithm is that when the count is incorrectly received, destination will get out of synchronized with the transmission. So destination may be able to detect the frame is in error, but it does not how to correct. So error can be detected by byte count framing method, but it cannot be corrected. So we can see this is about byte count framing method. So here first frame we send the 5 bytes. So this frame will be indicated first number how many bytes will be sent, there is a 5 bytes. Similarly second frame, so this is the byte count. So total 8 byte will be sent. So Whenever it received at the receiver side, from this is sender side, so error will be occurs. So frame 1 is correct, but frame 2 is wrong because the first bit indicates the 7 byte, but actually frame 2 send a 5 byte. So not count will be present in third frame. So this type of error will be occurs. So error will be occurred but cannot be corrected in the form of byte count framing method. Then we go to the flag bytes with the byte stuffing framing method. This method gets around the boundary detection of the frame by having each appended by the frame start and frame end special bytes. So special bytes are inserted in flag byte with the byte stuffing frame. So frame start bit and frame end bits are used. They are the same beginning and ending by the byte in the frame. This called as a that bytes are called as a flag bytes. Next slide we will see how to show the flag bits. Actual data contains the byte that identical to the flag bytes like picture, data or string. The convention that can be used to escape the character insert just before the flag characters. So this is the structure of flag byte stuffing. So flag, then header, payload, trailer, again end the flag. So special bytes which will be added at the starting and ending of the framing, that is nothing but the flag bytes. So this is original bytes. After stuffing we get this structure. Frame is delimited by the flag bytes. For examples of the byte sequence before after byte stuffing. Then flag bits with the bit stuffing framing method. This method is achieve the same thing byte stuffing method by using bits instead of bytes. So here bits will be inserted. It was developed for the high level data link control protocol. Each frame begins and ends a special bit pattern like this: 0, 6 times 1 again 0, or flag bytes. Whenever the sender data link layer encounter 5 consecutive ones in the data is automatically stuffed by 0 bit into another outgoing bit stream. USB bits are stuffing. So we can see here with stuffing 0 bits are inserted. So that is instead of bytes we use the stuffing bits are in the form of bits. So bit stuffing, original data, then data as they appear, the line, and data can be stored, received in memory after this stuffing. Framing. In many detailing protocols use the combination of present methods safety. For example, Ethernet and IEEE 802.11, each frame begin well-defined pattern called preamble. Preamble is typically 7 to 2 bits long. So this will be asked in MCQ. That is to be remember. It is then followed by the length field. Then we go to the next issue in the design layer, that is data link layer, that is error control. After solving, making the frame with start and end data link layer has to handle the eventual errors, transmission or detection, ensuring that all the frames are delivered to the network layer, the destination in proper order. Unacknowledged connectionless service. It is okay for the sender to the output frames regardless of the reception, but it is not reliable connection oriented service. It is not okay. So whenever we dealing with the unacknowledgement connectionless service, that time the error will be not matter, but when we dealing when reliable connection oriented service, it is not okay. So reliable connection oriented service usually will provide sender with some feedback about what is happening at the end of the line. Receiver send back the special control frames. If the sender receives the positive acknowledgement, it will be sent that the frame has been arrived safely. Timer and frame sequence number for the sender is necessary to handle the case when there is no response, positive or negative, from the receiver. Then flow control. This is the fourth important design issue which is related to the data link layer. Important design issue for the case when a sender running a fast computer and receiver running at a slow machine. There are the two approaches. First approach, feedback based flow control, rate based flow control. Feedback based flow control, receiver sends the back information, sender giving the permission to send more data or not, telling the sender how receiver is doing. Then rate based flow control, build a mechanism that limits the rate at which the sender may transmit the data without need for the feedback from the receiver. So this is all about data link layer design issue. So in this lecture we deals with the data link layer design issues in 4 terms. First one, services offered to the network layer. Framing, we see its types of framing, as well as we discuss about the error control and flow controls. So we can stop here. Thank you very much.